So 3 people decide when we watch on TV every fucking day. All the channels. Fucking 585 of them. Whatever they are now. And I just feel like, why did that, like, why, so, only there's 61 people that were airing in the first place. Who are they? And why do they agree to let 3 people air everything? Because that's also connected, in my mind. That's connected to the banks, to everything. Because it's a daily thing. You get up to show on the TV. And basically, they created a channel for you. That this is the way you believe. If you want to be reinforced in your opinion, you can watch this. And there's going to be people that are on your side that think like you. But if it's all ruled by the same dude or lady, whatever, family, like, what are they fucking thinking? That's what I want to know. I don't care about what you're trying to send out for me to think. I want to know what you're fucking thinking, because let's get down to the brass, is what I'm saying.
I love it.
What's the fucking point, dude?
I love it. Go with it. Go with it. Go with that line of questioning and find the answers.
Because, like, dude, let's just get to the end. If you want to accomplish your goal, maybe I can get it to you sooner. But don't down me in your fucking little game. Just tell me what it is that you want at the end, and I can figure out if I want to participate. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And, like, everyone I talk to, young, old, gay, straight, fucking whatever, everyone I talk to is like, I've never seen this before. I've never heard about this before. No one in my fucking family has ever believed this could be the case. And we're just running around trying to keep our little square safe so that we feel like we have something. Dude, I don't want a square. I want the marble. I do not want the square box. I want the marble. I want it all. And I want everyone to have it all. It's bizarre, dude. Like, I'm afraid. I'm also afraid to go there because we could literally get trapped in like a 3-day conversation.
Oh no, we won't, because I've got too much stuff to do. Like, even as I'm talking to you, I'm working and getting shit done because I've got so many things going on.
You have to.
Yeah. If I skip a beat, I'll fall behind, and it creates a chain of causalities. And I'm so on point, and I'm so mesmerizing this community, this crypto community that I've in. They're just like, he's everywhere. It's like, he must be like 18 hours a day working on all this.
Can you explain to me? I don't understand the crypto. I don't get it. What's going on?
Oh, it's a super complex technology that involves something called a blockchain. And what a blockchain has to do with is it's what's called a distributed ledger. It's a way of storing information that is not centralized in one location, but it's shared across a widespread base of people. And that there's different kinds, but the notion is that we don't want to be able to allow big business to control data, and we don't want them to censor us, and we don't want them to alter it, and we don't want them to delete things. And so we need to take control of it with a kind of technology that is basically resistant and impervious to doing anything other than executing the code, which is written in what's called smart contracts. And basically, there's different types of blockchain technology. There's the primary 2 types is what's called proof of work, and the other one is called proof of stake. But basically, the proof of work system is what Bitcoin has been based off of, Ethereum, which is the most popular. And Bitcoin is designed on a type of software, in my opinion, that is completely nonsensical, because as it grows, it becomes more and more resource intensive and costly. So that's why these Bitcoin miners, and it's a lot of wasted energy and wasted bullshit. And so what happens now, you want to make one transaction, and it costs hundreds of dollars to make one transaction. So what I'm dealing with is a blockchain that's like free or next to free or close, low cost, faster, high performant. and better designed to, and now they're integrating governance into it. Fractal governance is what it's called. And so, like, you got to listen to this shit. I'm dealing with people that are at the fucking cutting edge of technology. I was in a meeting yesterday with Dan Larimer's dad, who is running the first blockchain in outer space. He already has 8 satellites in orbit. They want to back it in gold. They want to do this. Dude, I am learning all this shit. I had no idea that was existing, but I always knew, dude, if there is going to be this blockchain shit, it's either going to be the end of the humanity, or it's going to be a tool to rescue us, or it's going to be a tool to enslave us. And I guarantee you this, if Doug Wu does not get involved with it now and inspect it from the inside out, I don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust it. And even if I got involved, I don't know if I still trust it. But I tell you what, I cannot just close my eyes to it. I cannot just ignore it and try to save the world without addressing this big problem, because it's the future now, right? And so because of that, I got...
You can't stop fucking progress, dude.
Right.
I mean, what am I going to be there in my fucking tricycle
right
the rest of the day?
So like right now, I'm in a position where I'm not being paid necessarily, but I am gaining a tremendous amount of education, of relationships of trust, and I'm actually staking and earning respect tokens that could be worth a lot. I would love to get you into this fractal governance shit, because they need a woman.
So every time you're saying fractal, like in our conversations in the past,
right,
that is referring to the blockchain.
Okay, let me clarify. Fractally, okay, is the name of the company that is trying to implement fractal governance in running a blockchain. Dan Larimer is the head of that. So when I talk about Fractally, or because there's Fractally, which is a formal proper name for a business, which is the second version of fractal governance. The first version is called Eden. And so there's a whole backstory to all this that I would love for you to understand, but I'd rather do it and teach it to you on a video. So that way, I'm tired of being paid $80 an hour to fix someone's computer. And it's like great money for me, right? You know, viruses and all that, they don't need to exist. I didn't make them, but I'm benefiting off it. I know this. I don't feel good about it because it's stupid shit to me. It's pointless. And it's like, dude, if I made a video, my $80 an hour job, it's like, well, you know what? It's not the same watching a video as having Doug Wu do it. But if he gives you the end result and the solution, that would cost you $80 hiring Doug Wu. It's like me doubling my service without doubling my cost. I can scale up the economies of solution instantly by making that one video. That's why I try to record every single fucking thing in my life, because there's a mountain of just fucking knowledge and information that is just coming out in these natural conversations with my friends. I mean, if I don't have that kind of relationship with someone, I don't even want to talk to them. Like, that's how focused I am.
Right. Like, dude, come on. Yeah. Why am I even on the phone, right? Real. No, I need to get there, dude. Okay, so here's what I was thinking, too. I don't like being cold anymore. I hate it. And my friend tells me it gets pretty cold there in the winter.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that maybe, just for now, because I have an out, I have someone that's willing to drive here, I can get my U-Haul trailer, relocate all of my belongings out of this roof, underneath this roof, so that anything that goes wrong here cannot be blamed on me. And I can just, you know, say adios to the circumstances here in a way that is loving and fair. And then come spring, like April, when winter's over, because I can live outdoors all winter long here. I don't have to pay rent. And I can just save, make money, make $15 an hour, work at the little fucking mom and pop shop, or go get the fine dining. There's one fine dining place in this little town. Maybe I'll get picked. You never know. But the bottom line is, I can earn and save, and then when it's time for me to come there, I'll have resources of my own that can either contribute to the second home with the utilities.
Okay,
with the
question. How long would you want to stay in the dropping off of the U-Haul the first time around? Like, just till when it starts getting cooler or something, or?
So right now, I'm taking myself and my U-Haul. Maybe tomorrow, I'm going to make a decision when we get off this phone. My girlfriend's already told me she'll come and get me. 4 hours away. So what I'm saying is I would relocate to a location called Three Rivers, California. It's right by the Sequoia National Forest.
Okay.
And just ride it out through winter, so that when we come up on April, which isn't really that far away, fucking time goes so fast now. And then I would come there and I'd fucking make it happen.
Okay, question.
I'd have a life.
Question. Do you have internet connectivity in Three Rivers?
I have my AT&T, and as long as my cell phone works, I've got a hotspot. So the answer, as far as I know, is yes.
Do you have a laptop computer and use it at all? Or any kind of computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it Windows or Linux?
It's a gateway.
Okay, this is Windows then. So would you be willing to start collaborating with me on content generation, including either just having these natural dialogues? That would be the easiest, simplest thing to you. And then I could start slowly educating you on different things that you could do to increase your value skill set, or start educating you on what things you could do to participate in Fractally or whatever. I definitely, if you're going to come out here, I'm not waiting for you to come out here to start. I don't have the time. I need you.
No,
I could use you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're coming in here, I don't want to wait for any longer. There's no reason why we should let the regional distance prevent us from taking advantage of what tools and resources we have.
From progressing. Absolutely. So what you were saying at the beginning of the call, you're like, I might have a job for you. I never explored that conversation. What was that about?
Oh my God. There's like 50 million tangents of things that come up in my dialogue where they're like, we're going to need people to do this, if we launch this business, so like, you got to understand, like Dan Larimer, Google his name on there. Like there's a crypto, like that's like a Forbes net worth list for cryptocurrency. Like Daniel Larimer is worth like $750 million. Okay. I'm dealing with his father who's talking about, he has today 8 satellites in space. Are you listening to this? He wants to build this technology in outer space.
Who put 8 satellites in space?
Listen, he's doing this. Why? Because he wants to get outside of the jurisdiction of nation states. Like this is how
they don't have fucking control.
Right. This is how This is how fucking hardcore and serious the shit and level I'm dealing with.
This dude is like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to space.
Right. So my point. No, this is the guy's father.
You can't tax me.
Okay, so you have to understand, in this crypto industry, there are big dollars at stake. Okay, and there are big names and players and VCs. Okay, listen. I have to do a pitch. I'm actually working with someone who I just started. We have a 90-second pitch to do in like 2 days, and I just started working for him like 4 or 5 days ago. And so like there's all this shit going on. Like I don't even know like what happens if this guy says, okay, we like it, we're funding you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna change things. Can I tell you, I think this is gonna happen? I have no fucking clue. And so this keeps happening over and over and over. And the thing I realize about you is you have a certain quality of skill set that I think will work in one or the other of some situation. But I think the most valuable thing that I see with us right now is 2 things. Just our continued natural dialogue for your healing and our visioning together over what we're doing, being recorded and edited into a blog format, or taking the text from, because basically once I get in video form, I've got the audio too. I don't really care about the video. I just want the audio more so I can transcribe it.
Understand in my limited contact here, because being here in LA for over 2 years, I don't really have a lot of organic conversation with just, regular ass humans. But what I have come to understand is that people are attracted to me not because of my appearance, but people are attracted to me because they see commonality in me. And they don't even realize it. They're like, oh shit, I feel that way too. Oh my God, I want to be near you so I have a better understanding of who I am. And I get that in my workplace. I've gotten it since I was a child. I've gotten it in my teen years. We had a little group called the Natural Helpers when we were in high school, and somebody had a really traumatic experience. One of the classmates, and the teachers decided maybe we're not the best people to offer help. Maybe they need the peers more than they need the elders at this point in their life. So what we're going to do is, instead of having a fourth period, we are going to elect, and this went through this whole Seattle school system. It wasn't just my high school. The whole Seattle school system elected classmates that they felt that they were comfortable with, and if they ever had anything that they wanted to discuss privately but didn't want to have the adults necessarily up in their business, could come and talk to us, and so we were all voted in, and I was voted in for my high school as the natural helper, and every high school had one, and we would get together once a month, and we would talk about what the other classmates were bringing to the table and what their concerns were, so that we could have a better understanding of what our teenage community needed that maybe they weren't being offered at home. And I really realized then that whatever it is that's going on with my father and me, it is a very powerful thing, and I'm grateful to have his gift. And I didn't really have a lot of conversations with him about it that I wish I would have, but I have an ability to commune with others, and I have it so fiercely that they flock to me in a way that they don't even understand. So I would like to use that instead of be annoyed by it, is my point.
Right. Well, what I have to say is all of this is a really, 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 really good dialogue, because it's further cementing the belief that I feel is that this is something that needs to happen, should happen. It's probably the best thing to happen for both of us. And I just want to offer that clearly and consciously with full awareness that I'm saying that to you without hesitation. Okay, so now really what that means is, what's the best solution, and the timeline and all the things you're talking about sound right. That actually may make more sense to me. One thing I need to illustrate and underscore of what would help me if you could learn to do. I don't need you to do anything from a multimedia production standpoint of our dialogue. I don't need you do anything other than to talk and allow me to record it, and then work with me on figuring out like what's like if there's inappropriate things, or just even rewatching the videos to see if you like it or you feel comfortable, or like what time in the sequence needs to be edited out.
Well,
all that stuff takes time.
What's actually going to be helpful? That's really what it comes down to.
Because
it's not so much that I care about my privacy or that I care about
right. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that when you edit,
I'm more on the point of how can this help others?
Right. So what I'm trying to say is,
suffer what I'm suffering.
Right. What I'm trying to say to you is, if everything has to be done by me, if I have to record the video, edit the video, review the video, try the video, I've got a million other things to go on. As soon as I can, I'm going to delegate these positions out. And if I'm so busy and I have a better profit opportunity here, if you can't learn how to do this quick enough, I'm going to have to hire someone else. You get what I'm saying? So that's why
you can teach me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't teach you to a degree of profitability if you aren't already learned. You get what I'm saying? Like if I have to teach someone, it's going to make it twice as long for me, and it's going to be, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say I don't have time to teach you, Carla. I'm sorry. I did 6 months ago. We did this every single free moment I had when there was an opening over the last 6 months. We could have, but you didn't want to because you're too busy with something else, and that's fine. That's a choice you made, but I offered it to you, and we're just recording you, so I'm going to have to get someone else to do that now. But I'm saying that all these things you can learn if you're interested, because I'm going to just make videos to show you how to do. So it's about you watching my videos. A large part of your learning will be probably you watching our own videos and listening to your own voice and mine, and just doing things like, okay, 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Really good point here. Chapter sections, like advance to the next section, an outline of what's talked about. Eventually.
So basically you're talking about a visual journal.
Yeah.
You're talking about a visual journal.
Well, what I'm talking about is at the end of it all, I'm going to have not only a blog, but a book, and a full feature film in iterations, expressions galore. But it's not one thing, it's not linear, and it's going to keep iterating and changing.
You're saying you want to come into an actual full circle project of reality expressed through real time dialogue.
Yes. Well, that's only one aspect of it. That's only one small aspect of it. See, I can't even get into explaining all this.
So that when we're at the core of things that are relevant to everyone,
let me just simply explain it to you. Let me simply explain it to you. I want to base a fantasy fiction on my life. Okay. The most productive way for me to gather the raw material and content is to record it in real time. It's not to do it and then think, oh, what did I do yesterday? Let me write about it. Now I have to do fucking 5 times the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
And so if I just record these conversations, I might not use any of them, but every single fucking one of them will be automatically converted to text on YouTube, and we can just copy and paste that out into a Word document, edit it, blah, 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 blah. You know, so I'll be like, Carla, go through this, review this video. Find any dead spots. Is there anything offensive or copyright infringements or whatever? You know, and then you just watch the video is all you do, and you go, here you go, Doug.
Right, and you know, and make notes like this probably shouldn't be. We need to that part.
Right,
and then
get us in trouble. Right, and exactly, and the chaptering is a simple matter of minute, seconds, dash, and then a word. And when you do that in the description, it automatically puts a link to the video at that timeline.
And it makes where to go. Like if our topic is.
Yeah, do you think someone's going to want to hear, someone's going to watch a 2-hour video just because they want to hear 30 seconds of it? You know what I'm saying? They can't find it. Okay, we're all about SEO marketing. So basically, all these things are so simple, and it's like a fucking high school kid can do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you say, oh, I don't know how to learn computers. No, you can do it easy is what I'm saying. But
no, I can do it. Here's the thing about me. And it's really bizarre because I had people come to my 8th grade. They came with all the computers. I refused to learn. I didn't go to the class. I didn't fucking push the buttons. I was on my typewriter. I was like, whatever, dude, I'm typing. I don't care about your little box. I just didn't care. But if I would have went in there and like I learned by example. When I see you do it, I do it.
Yeah, and basically the way that the way that it goes is there's going to be certain times of the week that I'll have scheduled or spontaneously where I'm going to have what's called an AMA. They call it an AMA, but I'm going to call it an ADA. What that means, an AMA is ask me anything. An ADA is ask Doug anything. But anyways, it's just a pun. And so you want to
hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Right. It's like I'm handicapped, you know. So anyways, the thing with that is these real-time conversations are going to be with licensed agreements and understandings of where this is going, where they click here, and now they're actually potentially written into a business plan. At least I have protected against surrender, because a lot of it can be just donated just for the benefit of humanity. But if there's big people and celebrities or whoever that want to do this game, there has to be written contracts of how this all goes down. So I already got this whole thing scoped out and figured out not only what I want at the end of it, but how do I build it from the ground level with the minimal amount of resources and doing it like guerrilla style. So this video recording stuff is actually the raw materials for like, it's like just when you make a movie, you shoot what's called B-roll, and it's not edited, and you do all this stuff. And so the same videos each video will be edited a number of times. And every time you edit it, it's just like software. It increments the iteration. It goes from version 1 to version 2 to version 3 to version 4. And each versioning is eventually going to be done by students of mine that I'm going to assign the tasks to. And on top of that, once we have a smooth enough process and flow, I'm going to get an AI program to replace those tasks. So then we can now train these students on higher level tasks. Because I don't want people doing mind-numbing, stupid click here, copy, paste. I'm a server. No, you ain't no fucking server. You think that's the best value you have for humanity? No, you're better than that, Carla. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go back to serving, I'm even fucking pissed. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I can find a better, higher value.
This is what I'm starting to kind of accept. I don't know if my brain just is catching up or if it's just like the reality. But I am going to venture that technology and humanity could really join together for some purpose.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what Witswalker Wu is all about. It's the convergence of creator, creation, and AI.
I never agreed with that this whole time. I was always like, it's against humanity. I always thought that we were at odds.
Well,
that I needed to.
But see, this is a great conversation.
This is why I've been so fiercely against technology, because the Mayan in me says your little spider web is the worst. But honestly, maybe the spider web can fucking really work wonders.
Well, I'll tell you this much, is that concern that you have is a very real concern, and that position needs to be argued. And even as much as I'm a...
but I don't even know the argument, other than the fact that I don't think it's
yeah, but it doesn't matter if you know the arguments or not, because I'm going to discover them for you and prevent them for humanity. I'm curating all the information. You know what I'm saying? And as I do that, all the people are going to come to the table because they're going to want to offer what their perspective is. And I'm going to be the guy mediating it, and you're going to be the girl commenting on it. To balance the perspectives, you know?
Right.
Because, you know, you have to have someone who has an informed position. You have to have someone who has an uninformed position. You have to have a male. You have to have a female. You have to have the world. So for me and you, it's like we're exactly perfectly opposite, but similar at the same time. And that's what everything is really all about.
Yeah.
It's about bringing harmony to opposites. Crazy, huh? Can it be done?
It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude. It is. But isn't it better to think in a ridiculous, fantastical way than it is to accept the status quo? Like, what if it actually changes things? What if the way we think actually can change the world?
And the thing is, we've seen all kinds of cinema and books and history that have literally been on the precipice of something that had cultural change. Normally, you read about the change that has happened when everyone's dead and gone. But if we could actually participate in real time with the change, like, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's like some of these videos that I'm making, if I do reach any level of success in the future, these people who chose to participate with me are going to be considered like primary characters in this adventure. And when they start realize they can continue to participate, are you ready to have a right to publicity? Like, are you ready to tell your story truly? Because I want to fucking blow some shit up and fucking turn some tables over and so fucking tear some bankers down. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm gonna have a hell of a time doing it.
I think if we're gonna spend the time, let's not waste the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's fucking get in there.
Let's get her done. Like, and so you have to keep me in line with understanding what your needs are and what you see and what you think is important for yourself and humanity. You may disagree with me, but we need to have that conversation. You get what I'm saying? It's okay to disagree.
No, because I've spent my whole entire life for humanity. I've never really cared about my solo self. I mean, I do to a degree, but I consider myself as a unit. Yeah. I never consider myself as a solo being. I just don't. I don't know how that looks. I am connected with all the things.
Amen to that. Hey, listen, I want to keep talking. I could talk to you forever, but I'm looking at the time. I got to get a lot of shit done because I have a live stream and a coding thing to teach that I don't even know anything about and I don't care. And a lawyer. In fact, if you're not busy tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to start my live stream where I'm going to have my first run with a cohort. He's an attorney in Newport Beach, and he's probably the most sophisticated and knowledgeable person about blockchain technology. And we're bringing God and spirituality to the blockchain. It's like, we might, because we're resonating, and we have a lot of really unique content and discussion that people in our community are not talking about. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So if you wanted to just jump in, and theoretically, I should be able to send you. Are you what kind of social? I'm not even sure how it works now. We'll figure it out. But if you can't join, you could at least watch it. But the sophistication of it is such that if, say, you're watching it on YouTube, you could comment in the YouTube video, and I can pull that comment into the live broadcast. oh, Carla's out there. She's asking us
Okay.
a question. So you could just ask questions. You could be like, I don't know anything about blockchain. What are you guys doing, Doug? Talk to me. You know, and that kind of engagement, it's okay. Anything that comes in conversation, as long as it's something that provides value, fine with me. And the fact is a lot of people are confused and don't understand this. And if I get an opportunity to start explaining it, I'm now immediately presenting myself as an authoritative voice. You know, and when they learn who I am and dig a little deeper behind the scenes of what I'm up to, they're going to have a hard time denying the fact of my authoritative voice. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm right there in the middle of this shit, you know? And so for me, this is like, this could just blow up at any moment if I start doing this shit. I have no idea, you know, and I have access to other people that are YouTube influencers indirectly and in traffic now with what's going on. I've been offered to take over the marketing site for the whole EOS cryptocurrency ecosystem. And I'm like, dude, I got already bit off more than I can chew. I'm now coaching and instigating and offering my best SEO and marketing advice to a team that is weak in it and is listening. So I'm fucking jazzed. Like, I'm not getting paid, but I know the trust I'm building, the information I'm offering, I'm getting paid back. You know, I will get paid back from this just because of the relationships I'm building. And see, now look, as I'm saying that, my game developer guy, who's going to probably call me any second now, is now saying, yeah, Mr. Ezra Yao is our resident YouTube expert. You have to have at least several hundred or 1,000 followers to have a designated name channel like Boomerang. Otherwise, it is just listed under a personal name. Last time I checked. Okay, now he's responding to a message that I sent him about 15 minutes ago while I was talking to you over the conundrum I'm having with not being able to select our game in the thing. And he's contacted the other YouTube influencer that I'm probably going to do something with in the future and explaining to me why, so I don't have to research it. Okay. He's probably going to start wanting to call me soon because now he's texting me. But what I'm saying is I got so much shit going on. I can't sit here and explain it to you. If I sat here and explained it, I wouldn't get anything done. That's why I want to record all this shit. Now I can just play the video, watch it, you know? And like, and I don't need things to go viral like big. I'm not after volume. I'm after quality. I want one Carla and one Bernie, and I want a solid Carla and a solid Bernie. You know what I'm saying? And through that, I know more will come out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So I'm so jazzed. You don't have any idea, but I do need to get off the phone. And
okay, buddy.
Okay, hold on.
You know where I'm at.
One last thing. I sat down and I started recording it like halfway through our conversation. I just have the camera pointed at me. I have the phone just sitting on the desk and speakerphone. So now, just for you to experience what I'm trying to do, I'm going to upload this video into a YouTube as unlisted. That means no one can see it or find it unless they have the URL, the direct link. After it's done, I'm going to send it to you, and you can listen to it if you want, or you could also not listen to it. But what I've realized is there's an amazing learning experience that occurs when you listen to yourself when you're not talking, especially when it's in a conversation with somebody else and there's something,
I agree.
You know,
I think that's a fucking definite, yes.
Okay, so now if you're going to take the time to do that, please, please, please take the time to write down the minutes and the seconds of any pertinent information in the video related to either chaptering or things that need to be deleted and edited out. So that could be like starting here, start from here, end here, delete that section. You know, we don't need that in there. You know, or it'd be like, okay, from here to here, we change topics. So at this time, and it's only one number, at 1324, you know, we start talking about this, you know, and I'll show you how to type it in the comments field to where all I need to do then eventually is copy out of the comment and paste it in the description. The next step is I give you access to do it yourself.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I think I can do it.
Yeah, I think you can. So basically, here's the deal. Whatever level of effort you put out or whatever level of success you have does not really matter to me. I'm not going to get mad at you or be upset or, you know, feel poo-pooed. I mean, I might if it's consistent and over time and there's like dichotomous or antagonistic self-defeating actions or something, I might question it. But reality is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be very transparent and straight with you about what you said you were going to do or what I thought or whatever, or I don't care. And I'm just going to communicate with you. And it's just going to be the kind of thing to where you only need and you only should do it, in my opinion, when you feel like you want to do it. and do anything. And sometimes feeling like you want to do it might not mean like I'm in the mood, but your mind is bugging you and you have to overcome your natural resistance. You get what I'm saying? You have to recognize, like, am I going with the higher level self or the lower level self? And do I have control of this situation, or is this just a bad time? You know, should I just go to the beach? You know what I'm saying? And so all these things are so exciting to me because I did not expect to have this conversation with you. And we just like leapfrogged probably like a month ahead in time in terms of what I was expecting to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, dude, be proactive.
Right. So what I'm going to do is challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to grow as fast as you can or as slow as you want. Realize, imagine, and decide and realize what it is that you really desire and want in life, which means discovering the question that you don't know the answer to, or the answer, you know the question, but you don't know the answer. And
well, I'm over surviving. What I don't want to do is survive. I would rather live.
Okay. But so you can't, so take this. You can't not do something because you can't, your brain doesn't accept a negative feeling, like don't smoke. You know, the no part doesn't work. You have to think, be healthy. You get what I'm saying? It has to be a positive orientation because the brain doesn't really get that. Like you say,
it's like the same old, oh, it looks like it's going to rain versus I hope it's sunny.
Yeah, but see, like, for example, if let's say I don't put any consequence or focus on smoking and I want to quit smoking and I think don't smoke, and the more I smoke, the more guilty I feel, or I shouldn't be doing this. But if I say, hey, I want to be healthy, you know, and now I just think about what am I doing to keep myself healthy? And there might be times that I smoke, and even though that might seemingly be antagonistic to my health, the reality is it's like I'm at a place right now where I've never felt and been so alive and so energized and feeling in good shape. And this all while I'm smoking. And I'm not worried about the fact that I'm still smoking cigarettes. I'm just happy with the fact that I'll quit when I want to. But right now, I don't even want to. You know what I'm saying? And that I'm okay with that. And maybe that's not the best decision, but you know what? I don't give a shit. You know, if you want to tell me otherwise, you're gonna make me want to smoke more. You know, so just get off of it because I have. You know, and so, but see, that thing is that like, there's so much stuff that you said that I could just go on talking on and on in different tangents, and it's exciting to me. And to me, this is a sign that we have a huge amount of potential dialogue and conversation to create value together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then this thing about leadership, you know, with Bernie and now with you, this is like magic. It's like I didn't even ask for it. It just falls into my lap. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's a trip, dude. It's a trip.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to stop this recording. Can I start uploading it? And I'm sending you the link. And then I just sent you an email or a text earlier. I just wanted you to be aware. I don't want to make things negative.
No, that's all good.
But I just wanted you to be aware of the guy, David Swendeman, a.k.a. Raven, has been now identified as a sexual predator and whatever. And I just wanted to know if you remember his face. And if you want to read the article.
I do.
Yeah.
I do remember his face. He's got like a pointy nose and brown hair, and I remember him. He never fucked with me, but they never do. Men are afraid of me.
That's interesting. Well, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to get off here, and then you're going to get a follow-up text message from you of this video as soon as it gets done uploading and processing.
Okay, I'll talk soon.
All right. Love you. See you later.
Love you. Okay, bye.
Bye.